plenty of room to protect Second Amendment rights and to secure the safety of Michigan residents.
Guns on the streets makes everyone safer, and I'm focused on everyone's constitutional rights.
We wonder why there's violence that continues to escalate in America.
It's been put out there that you can either support the Second Amendment or you can be for gun control.
Firearm-related emergency department visits.
Michigan Second Amendment Challenge. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has intensified her assault on the Second Amendment, signing a new law that strips individuals of their gun rights for a minimum of 8 years if convicted of a misdemeanor with a domestic violence charge. This move follows the recent passage of red flag laws, universal background checks, and safe storage laws in the state. The law affects individuals even after their cases are concluded and fines paid. The controversial use of restraining orders has also gained attention, with critics highlighting their limited ability to ensure safety and emphasizing the importance of individual self-defense. Governor Whitmer's actions reflect a broader trend in some states, utilizing misdemeanors to curtail Second Amendment rights, traditionally associated with felony convictions. This strategy, reminiscent of Massachusetts' treatment of certain DUI offenses as super misdemeanors, demonstrates a concerning expansion of restrictions on gun ownership. Critics argue that due process rights, a cornerstone of the legal system, should be maintained regardless of the alleged crime. The push of stricter arm control measures often emerges in response to high-profile cases, such as the Rahimi case, fueling debates about the balance between individual rights and public safety. However, the central question remains: do these measures effectively address crime, or merely create additional hurdles for law-abiding citizens? The trend of governors employing such tactics as part of backdoor arm control raises concern among those who advocate for the preservation of individual liberties. The broader impact of these laws on crime prevention is questionable, as they primarily affect law-abiding citizens rather than criminals. As Second Amendment advocates voice their concerns, the legal battles, including federal lawsuits against Governor Whitmer, highlight the constitutional questions surrounding these measures.
4-Hour News 8 political reporter Rick Alvin talked with Governor Gretchen Whitmer about what might be done here in Michigan.
You can't prevent everything, I get it, but to do more to protect, plenty of room to protect Second Amendment rights and to secure the safety of Michigan residents.
I know who are gun owners support more stringent laws.
The tension between public safety and individual rights continues to be a significant point of contention in the ongoing debate over arm control. Governor Whitmer's decision to sign these laws reflect her commitment to a stringent arm control agenda, aligning with the Democratic Party's push for tighter arm regulations. However, the resistance from law enforcement officials, including Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina, underscores the complexity of enforcing such measures and the potential constitutional challenges they may face. In the broader context of the Second Amendment, the legal landscape is evolving, with the U.S. Supreme Court currently considering cases that could impact the rights of individuals subjected to civil restraining orders. The outcome of these cases may shape the future trajectory of armed rights in the United States, influencing the delicate balance between public safety and individual freedoms.
Voices heard, for getting organized, for making sure that we elected people that...
But now you secretly let out what the real purpose of it is. It's to claim that Democrats want to defund...
Still calling you this zone. All right. Today we're taking common sense gun action to reduce...
Simple. I will read, if I can find underneath all these amendments...
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has escalated her campaign against the Second Amendment by signing a new law that imposes an 8-year minimum suspension of armed rights for individuals convicted of misdemeanors with a domestic violence charge. This move comes on the heels of the recent enactment of red flag laws, universal background checks, and safe storage laws in the state. The law's impact extends beyond the conclusion of cases and payment of fines, raising concerns about its long-term implications. The contentious use of restraining orders has drawn attention, with critics underscoring their limited efficacy in ensuring safety and emphasizing the importance of individual self-defense. Restraining orders, often seen as a protective measure, have faced criticisms for being mere pieces of paper that may not deter potential threats. Governor Whitmer's approach aligns with a wider trend in certain states, where misdemeanors are leveraged to restrict Second Amendment rights, a departure from the traditional association with felony convictions. This strategy echoes Massachusetts' treatment of specific DUI offenses as superdemeanors, reflecting a worrisome expansion of limitation on gun ownership. Critics argue that this trend undermines due process rights, a foundational element of the legal system, and insists on maintaining these rights regardless of the nature of the alleged crime.
Criminals, domestic abusers, and people on terrorism watch lists and no-fly lists.
Bills for National Police Appreciation Week, we took up the actual bill.
We'll be looking forward to signing legislation establishing extreme risk protection orders.
The legal landscape around gun rights has been evolving, with the recent inclusion of red flag laws allowing temporary firearm removal based on perceived risk. While proponents argue that such measures enhance public safety, critics contend that they may infringe on individual rights, especially if due process is not rigorously upheld. The 8-year minimum suspension raises question about the proportionality of punishment for misdemeanors, traditionally considered less severe offenses than felonies. This departure from the customary treatment of misdemeanors in the realm of gun control reflects a broader shift in legislative attitude towards restricting access to arms. The controversial nature of these measures is exemplified by the resistance from law enforcement officials. Some police authorities, including Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina, have voiced their reluctance to enforce similar laws, citing concerns about constitutional rights and potential conflicts with the Second Amendment. Amid this evolving landscape, Governor Whitmer's action underscored the ongoing tension between prioritizing public safety and safeguarding individual rights. The legal challenges mounted by groups like the National Association for Gun Rights and Gun Owners of America indicate a brewing legal battle over the constitutionality of these measures, particularly in light of the U.S. Supreme Court's precedent-setting rulings on armed rights. As debates intensify and legal challenges unfold, the intersection of public safety, individual rights, and due process remains a complex and contentious arena. The outcome of these legal battles will likely shape the future trajectory of gun control measures and their compatibility with constitutional principles. Legal battle over gun rights. New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham's recent issuance of a public health emergency order restricting the right to bear arms in Albuquerque and Bernalillo County has ignited a legal battle, raising key questions about constitutional rights, public safety, and the authority of state governors. The order, effective for 30 days but subject to renewal, imposes a ban on the concealed or open carry of arms on public property, with exceptions for police officers and security guards.
For guns on the streets makes everyone safer, and I'm focused on everyone's constitutional rights.
A couple of months or a year down the road, we're the ones stuck in court, and we're the ones getting sued over all of these infringements.
Illegal today to have a handgun. Openly carrying handguns, firearm-related emergency department visits.
Grisham's decision comes in response to recent shooting incidents, including the deaths of a 13-year-old girl in July, a 5-year-old girl in August, and an 11-year-old boy in September. Additionally, 2 mass shootings this year influenced the governor's move. Citizens with permits to carry arms are still allowed to possess their weapons on private property, such as gun ranges or stores, provided they adhere to specific safety measures like transporting the firearm in a locked box or using trigger locks. However, the restrictions on public carry have sparked concerns about their alignment with constitutional rights, particularly the Second Amendment's protection of the right to bear arms. In response to Grisham's order, 2 prominent gun rights groups, the National Association for Gun Rights and Gun Owners of America, filed federal lawsuits against the governor. They argue that means of self-defense from criminal attacks while in public. The New Mexico Shooting Sports Association, a chapter of the National Rifle Association, expressed its intent to join the legal challenge against Grisham's order. The controversy has led to a division among law enforcement officials, with Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina stating that he won't enforce the order, and Bernalillo County Sheriff John Allen expressing unease due to the potential constitutional questions. Grisham, undeterred by the criticism, defends the order as a necessary step to create a cooling-off period while addressing public safety and armed violence. She acknowledges the likelihood of legal challenges and welcomes the debate, emphasizing the need to reassess armed violence laws. The unfolding legal confrontation underscores the ongoing tension between public safety measures and individual Second Amendment rights. As the lawsuit progresses, they will likely shape the discourse surrounding the scope and limitations of state governors in implementing emergency orders that impact fundamental constitutional rights. The outcome of these legal battles could set important precedents for the intersection of public health emergencies and individual liberties in the context of armed regulations. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.